Welcome, welcome, welcome to the sales customer sales funnel made easy. Customer sales process made easy, also known as a sales funnel challenge. And I am your host, Kathy E. Smith. And if you uh, if you signed up via email, I made the switch to broadcast directly from my personal page, and I am also live streaming simultaneously from YouTube and LinkedIn. And so I'm excited tonight to share with you this presentation for day one of the challenge. And let's get started. So, let me first give you an overview. And day one of your sales funnel, um, and you're defining your audience. Day two is determine the goal of your sales funnel and determine your offer. And day three is map and market your sales funnel. And day four, if you signed up for VIP, is how to create a simple sales funnel process and using whatever funnel tool you choose to use. But as part of VIP, I will share a all-in-one marketing system that anyone can use and set up their simple sales funnel. So, how to create your customer sales process or funnel and define your audience. So, as part of the free the free workbook that comes along with the challenge, there are some pre-work questions and the current state versus your future state. And so, some of the questions that I ask are on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you in generating your leads for your business? So, on a scale of 1 to 10, if you want to put that in the chat, that would be great. And then, um, I'll just give you a minute. And just give me a minute. And I will also put a note if you signed up in the Facebook challenge, in the challenge for the Facebook group. I'm also going to put a note in there. And I'm also going to put a note in there so that you can join me, so that you can also join me live from inside the group. But if you go to the group right now, it says I'm live. So, and how much of an audience or a tribe do you currently have? And have you ever taken inventory of that across TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook? How much of an audience do you have? Now, just because you may have followers, hey, Marlies, and just because you have followers does not necessarily mean that they convert, but you do have their attention if they are following you. And number three, what do you hope to achieve by joining this challenge? So please feel free to put that in the chat. What do you want to get out of this? Because no matter what business you have, we all need leads, and we all need we customers and our audience, and to get our offer, whether it's a product or service, we need to get it out in front of people. So, what do you do? So, I really want this to be interactive. Put it in the chat. Whom do you serve? Do you serve women over 40? Do you serve moms? Do you serve men and women? But do you have an idea of who you serve? And if you currently have you ever taken a look at your stats on social media? Now, and on Facebook, you need to have at least a Facebook page in order to be able to see the stats. And I used to love Creator Studio. So Facebook has now merged, well, Meta has now merged everything on Meta Business Suite. And you can post stories, Instagram, you can schedule posts to your Facebook page, all from the Meta Business Suite. So please take that opportunity if you have not done so already to do so. But if you sell a product or a service, just put service or product in the chat. Now, people always say, do you have an ideal customer? Do you have an ideal avatar? And I love that HubSpot, shout out to HubSpot. If you go to this web address, they have a template, online template where you can fill in your audience. And then they also have a business persona template that's also an avatar or ideal customer. And basically, what it is you can outline what are their interests, what do they like, and you can fill it out on the buyer persona guide if you don't currently have one. So great, you sell products, and when you're selling the products, do you ever try to story tell and say, well, my products are used to accessorize stylish outfits. They are to make people feel good. Um, I'm just, they are, people just like if women get their hair done, a lot of accessories make people feel a certain way. So that's also a method that you can use to sell your product. Now, how to find your ideal client or customer, even if you don't have a list. Now, having a list requires you to have some type of tool in which you are um, capturing people's names and emails. And sometimes these days you want to get their phone number. And the reason why you want to get their phone number is because the show up rate is higher if you have someone's phone number and that you have permission to text them. And as a reminder, when you're going live, when you're featuring your product, when you're sharing tips on your service, your knowledge and expertise. So let me see if I can move this. I may be blocking it a little bit. So let me see if I can. Don't like that view. So it's the first block says identify your keywords. And so ideally, in the workbook that comes with this challenge, it should be 1 to 6 keywords. But I like to encourage people to do 10 to 12. But identify your keywords of your ideal customer. And you want to do that because you want to use that to create headlines, to create captions, and to create hashtags. Although I'm going to share with you a tool that you can use to identify certain hashtags that are related to your keywords. And the keywords are critically important because people's first encounter with you has to do with whatever your headline is, or whatever your caption or your hashtags. That goes for video, that goes for email, that goes for so many things impact your keywords. So, like I said, I like to share, list, or identify 10 to 12 keywords. So for purposes of this, I used a search engine optimization tool, or um, also known as SEO. And these were the top keywords that were related to I entered sales funnel. So customer sales process, I didn't make that up. That was actually a search term that people actually look for. And so this is my favorite tool, and I always mention it all the time, but I don't really share with people how to use it. And so what you want to do is you want to go to Suval, and it tells you what people are searching for on all the major search engines, including YouTube and Amazon. So if you don't see people searching for what you're offering, you might want to either rethink your keywords, or you may want to rethink your niche, because if no one's searching for it on the main uh, search engines, especially Google and YouTube, sometimes they may not search for it on YouTube, because YouTube is more of a a how to or education, but it should show up on one of these major search engines, especially Google. And so this is the results that I got. I know you can't really see that, but these are the different words and phrases. And especially if you're going to create videos and put them on YouTube. And remember, you don't have to be in front of the camera to put videos on YouTube. You can make them of different images or what have you. So, but seeing what people are searching on for YouTube, you might want to have that in your title, because you know people are already searching for that. Allhashtag.com. Again, use your keyword and enter, look for 3 to 5 hashtags that are related. Now, all hashtags gives you 30 keywords that you can use. And how to know what people are actively searching for. Ubersuggest. Again, I put in the word sales funnel. It tells me if people, the level of difficulty, how many people are looking for that, whether it's high, and then how much, if I were to do an ad, how much, well, mostly Google ad, but how much it probably would cost per click in order to do that ad. And then these are just related keywords, sales funnel stages. These are other titles that people are searching for. And Answer the Public, that guy is Neil Patel. It used to be an older gentleman, and if you weren't familiar with the site, it kind of caught you off guard that, hi Viola, it kind of caught you off guard. So Neil Patel, he actually owns Ubersuggest and Answer the Public. And again, you would put your keyword here. I think it's about $99 a month, but if you get 3 free searches per day, so use them wisely. I use lead generation as another keyword phrase, and basically it will give you questions: who, what, where, when, and how. And The reason this is good is because you can relate your experience to the questions that people are asking. Since these are your keywords that you entered that are related to what you do, then you can use these to write your copy and share, or share your unique USP, unique sales proposition or USP, and how the services that you offer relate to this. This is my favorite tool. If you want a strong headline, you use Share-Through Headline Analyzer, and you put your headline in there, and it will tell you. I'm going to tell you, ideally, you want a score of 70 to 100, or above 70, in order to know if you have a strong headline. I use it myself. And these are the results of strong headlines and engaging with the audience. If people make comments on your videos or your posts, be sure that you go back in and you engage and respond and say, and these are this year. These are actually posts that I made in the level of engagement, because if you don't have a list, or even if you have a list, you want to make sure that you're engaging with your audience, thanking them, commenting, like the post, and that gets your engagement up. So here's something that people miss all the time. Now, if you're going to live stream, if you're going to create a post, if you're going to create a video, you must have a call to action at the end. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Kathy E. Smith, by the way. Download this guide. Schedule a revenue assessment call. Follow me on IG, Twitter, or DM me the word call, and I will send you the link. So the link to sign up. So all of these are things. I try to always go live with intention. If I don't feel like I have something that will benefit you, I generally don't just go live. And sometimes that doesn't allow me to be as consistent, but I always want to give value when I go live. And so you want to track how is your reach, how many the insights, how many people are following you? Are they men? Are they women? What topics are resonating with your audience the most? You want to consider all of these things. So how do you capture the attention of your ideal customer? For this challenge, these are some of the stats. This actually was a course that I had a few years ago. Shout out to my friend Antoinette. We hosted a 5-day challenge, and it was called Marketing for Introverts. And that was the number of conversions that we had. And so in summary, identify 10 to 12 keywords, use these sites and headlines analyzers, because ideally you want to stop people from scrolling, because it is very hard to keep people's attention. So it all starts with your headline, whether it's a video, whether it's a caption, whether it's a quote, a post, or whatever. You want to get someone's attention. And here are a number of resources, and they, for the most part, Ubersuggest, there's a paid version. Answer the Public, there's a paid version, but all of the others are free. And I had to reduce my slides because I'm using a tool called StreamYard. and StreamYard only allowed it to go to 50 megabytes because I had quite a few more slides. So I'm going to, yes, Marlise, and marketing for introverts was basically what platforms can you share your message and that you do not have to be in front of the public, because there are a number of people that are introverts. A lot of my friends are introverts. And um so but the challenge answered the question, like, how can I market and be effective? Because um Instagram and Reels and TikTok, um they all, video is king, but you do not always have to be in front of the camera. Do you know my very first TikTok, I had 1,200 views in a short amount of time, and all I did was show screenshots of a tool that I use. Actually, it's an AI tool, but Chat GPT just seems to take over the airwaves. But um, and my mind is drawing a blank as to what it is right now. But if you go to my TikTok, I had 1,200 views, and I chose trending music, and I just did screenshots, and not a lot of people use it, but TikTok actually, when you scroll to the bottom, actually has templates. And they have 90 templates. I scrolled through and chose a template with trending sounds and just took different screenshots um, of this tool and how the progression on how it created, I believe it created a landing page for me. But this particular tool has 50 tools built in. It'll create an audio for you. It'll create audio for you in different languages. It will create a social media post. It'll create, it's a SEO tool analyzer. It is metadata, and trying not to throw out a whole bunch of things that require a lot of explanation. But basically, metadata is, if you have a website, metadata is also behind the scenes on how people find you. And there are some free tools that you can use that will, if you put in a couple of sentences, they will create the metadata for you, and then you can copy and paste into the back of your website. And so, or landing page, depending on which tool you have, that will allow you to be found. Um, because the metadata tool just creates all of that code. If you're not a developer or a techie or whatever, it's good to have that. And matter of fact, people should, um, when they're or going to ask somebody to design a web page, a land or a website or a landing page, should ask their web designer if they are familiar with metadata, if they're familiar with SEO, and effective July 1st, there's a different version of Google Analytics. So if you've had Google Analytics in the past, effective July 1st, you should transition to this newer platform that Google has in order to rank, or in order to get data on who's visiting what page, um, what's most popular, and continue to get analytics. So um, there's just so many things I could talk about, but not to get sidetracked. But it all ties into creating content that is attention grabbing and that is attractive to your ideal audience. whether you're a coach, whether you're a consultant, whether you sell a product, and all of these things are important in order to get traffic to your offer. But before you can do any of the other things, in order to capture the audience or build a list, you have to speak the language that people are attracted to, so that they are attracted to your product, so they're attracted to your business as a coach, as a consultant. All of these things are critically important. So, um, if you have any questions, feel free. But I want to encourage you to take a look at your numbers right now, and in the chat, even if you're watching this on a replay, I want to encourage you to share your confidence level with creating your own lead generation process or customer sales process on a scale of 1 to 10. If you don't feel comfortable putting in the chat, you can always send me a DM. And because I want this to be really meaningful, and I want this to be meaningful challenge to you and help you identify um, identify what's important to you. Oh, thank you. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome, Roxanne. So, um, also in the comments, I am putting the tinyurl.com/customer sales flow. And if you go to that link, you can download the free workbook. And it has a pre-challenge checklist in it. And I wanted to ask questions from that, but however, technology always, when you're about to do something, um, technology is great when it works. So if you would like to download the free workbook that covers the 3 days of this challenge, feel free to go to tinyurl.com/customer sales flow and check out and download the workbook and fill that out. And after day 3, I will offer a prize. But I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, and even if it's about what platform to use, if you do not have a way of automatically capturing leads, whether that's through DM, which is direct message, or via email, let me know. There are some very user friendly platforms, but let me know if you don't have a way of capturing it. And I mentioned HubSpot has a link that you can fill out your own personal persona. I'm just going to go back through that really quickly and share that link. And oh, there it is. And you can fill it out, or you can just go to their website and do HubSpot personal buyer persona, which is the same thing as the ideal customer, which is the same thing as the ideal avatar you may hear people talk about. You can go to that site and fill it in online. But it's important to know that the demographics, male, female, age range, because it makes it easier for you when you are going to do paid ads. If you know or have a general idea of who your ideal customer is, then you can plug in that information and attract them. So I'm glad. I'm glad it was helpful. And that's all till tomorrow night. And the VIP is, if you decide to upgrade to VIP, there will be a session just for VIP on Thursday where you can ask any questions and I will walk you through how to use a free tool and create your own sales funnel. And so if you don't have a tool already, or even if you do, we'll go over the different phases. So, most importantly, you should be capturing people's names and their emails. And I was listening to a program, and they were saying now that if people DM you, that you can target them on Instagram using Meta Business Suite. You can now target them for ads. So that is helpful in your conversion because you know these people are already engaged with you. So that's all for now. Until tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Feel free to put in um, hashtag replay if you're watching this on if you're watching this as a replay. And yes, I know that people are still on the fence about using TikTok, but um I think this is just me. I think that if you are a coach or a consultant, that TikTok, if you're not going to be doing dances or things like that, TikTok is great for answering people's questions because people love to DM, and they love when you post their question and you answer it live. And that is very helpful for the audience that is attracted to what you're offering. And I will, I don't know if you've been following me for a number of time, you know, I usually say my name is Kathy E. Smith, also known as Resource Rita. In the next 6 months, I don't really say that anymore because I'm separating the brands. So you will see Resource Rita a lot more on TikTok, and I will have a monthly subscription. It'll be $10 or less. And basically, there will be checklist videos. You won't get me and you won't be able to answer any questions. But if you need a tool for creating a landing page, or if you want to create the stages of your funnel, pretty much any tool that you can think of um, for digitally to grow your business, I'm going to start posting it on the Resource Rita Facebook page and on TikTok. And I did post my first video to Resource Rita week before last, and I had 234 views. And all I did, again, I didn't speak, but I just posted pictures of a sales funnel. So I get it about TikTok and privacy. I think, and this is just me, I think that if you don't allow it to reach your contacts and you don't, um, that kind of lessens, I could be wrong. This is my personal opinion. Um, you don't give permission to a lot of your data. So I just want to use it in building my list more because two of my friends have been Jessica Walker, also known as Joss Speaks Digital. She's done very well on TikTok. And also my friend Sylvia Browder. Shout out to Sylvia. Sylvia is killing it. She is an insurance claims adjuster, and she started doing her TikToks. People DM her all the time And even the companies that she's worked with have commended her because so many people have said that they've become a insurance claims adjuster because of her and from watching her on TikTok. So it has its benefits. You don't always have to dance, sing, or whatever, but if you are informative, short form video is major. But I get it just because of all the controversy around TikTok. But I would encourage you to, even if you don't want to do TikTok, that you should do short form video on Facebook. You should do it on Instagram and you should do it on YouTube if you're still on the fence about TikTok, because you can get leverage in front of the camera or not in front of the camera, as long as you're giving good value. So, if no one has any questions, this has been great for me. I will see you tomorrow at same time at 8 o'clock. And thank you for joining me for the Create Your Customer Sales Process Made Easy, also known as your sales funnel. And if you got any nugget out of today, please leave me a comment in the comments or please share it. And I will see you all tomorrow.